Hey there, everyone. We're going to take a look at activity 1.3.4 CAD modeling skills, specifically looking at steps numbers 1 through 6, and we're going to do that using Onshape. So here I'm on my Onshape dashboard. I've already previously created a folder called activity 134 CAD modeling skills. I'm going to go ahead and create an Onshape document. I'm going to go ahead and double click on the folder that I want to send it to, and we're going to go ahead and name this activity 134 steps 1 through 6, and we'll probably give it something like polygons, since as I look through the activity they want us to draw a few polygons inside of this shape. As I get started, I'm going to go ahead and select create new sketch. I'll select the front plane. I can press the N key to turn my sketch plane normal to the view. And I'm going to go over to my browser, right click on the top work plane and say hide all planes to hide those other work planes. To get started, they want us to go ahead and grab, if I click the drop down arrow next to the corner rectangle, I can grab the center point rectangle, choose the center of the file or the origin first, and I can go ahead and draw out. The width of this down at the bottom, you'll see the box that's there is going to be 6 inches. I'll press 6 and select enter. And the height is going to be 4 inches. Enter 4 and press enter there. I'm going to go ahead and right click to say escape center rectangle. You can also press the escape key on your keyboard. I'll go ahead and drag this dimension out of the box here just so that way we can see things kind of clearly. And a few things that they want us to do are to start playing around with creating different types of polygons. The other thing too is on the images that you'll see, we're going to take some line tools, and I'm actually going to draw lines across each corner of this rectangle, and even one right up here at the top of the midpoint and going straight down through the middle. And I'm going to right click to say escape the line. I'm going to go ahead and select each line just by clicking on it, right clicking and saying construction. So we're going to toggle these over to construction lines. And if I click off of them in the white space, you're going to see that's going to give a different appearance, but it's also going to help us with setting up some of the kind of constraints or things that we're wanting to put on here. The very first thing they want us to do is they want us to do a circumscribed pentagon, and they wanted to just put it right here on this line. So I'm actually going to go up here to the polygon tool. I'm going to click the drop down arrow. We got two options. Inscribed, which is where that we have an inscribed polygon, which means that a circle is inscribed inside of the polygon where all the edges are tangent to the circle. Or we can do a circumscribed polygon, so which is the one that they want us to do, where a circle is going to be the outside and the points on the polygon are going to touch. So I'm going to go ahead and select circumscribed polygon. I'm going to go ahead and just click right here to start drawing the polygon. I'm going to go ahead and when I get it about the rough size and shape that I want, I can click, and you can see the first thing it starts to ask me is if I move my cursor. So either if I go to the right, it's going to increase sides. If I go to the kind of down in the opposite direction, I'm going to go to 5. So when I see 5, I'm going to click to set the number of sides in there. You'll see that they want us to have a radius of 0.35. They in Onshape it's actually set up as a diameter, so that would be 0.7. I'll go ahead and type that in and hit enter. The other thing that might be helpful is now that we're done drawing polygons, I'm going to press the escape key on my keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the horizontal constraint and click the bottom edge of this pentagon, so that way the pointed edge is going to be up toward the top, just like how you see here. The other thing we'll do is we're going to grab the coincident constraint, select the center point, and select this vertical line right here to move it there. So you're going to see that we're still going to have some blue lines, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the dimension tool, and from the origin to the center, or actually to the bottom edge of this pentagon, we want that to be 0.5 inches away, and that's going to help us locate that particular polygon. We're also going to see that the lines are now also going to turn black, meaning that it's fully constrained, that we have all the information we need. As far as what we go on to now is now they want us to create an inscribed polygon, so I'm going to choose the other option, and I'm going to go ahead and go outside here. We're going to do a hexagon. So once I see 6, I can just click again. And the radius is 0.25. That's going to make a diameter of 0.5. And we're going to go ahead and set that there. I'm going to right click and say escape inscribed polygon to stop drawing polygons. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that coincident constraint, selecting the center of that, selecting this diagonal line. That'll put that center right on that diagonal line. I'm going to go ahead and grab that horizontal constraint, select the top line. So again, you don't want the circle. In fact, I won't even pick it up for you, but we'll click on this top edge to make that a nice vertical or horizontal constraint that as you go along. And then the other constraint that they want us to create is from this top edge to the center of this hexagon. They want that to be at 0.5. So you're going to see that's going to lock that in there. The third polygon they want to have is a triangle, an equilateral triangle. So while there's no sort of kind of command here in Onshape that will create that, we can always create it using lines. So I'm actually going to stay off of the lines kind of that I've previously drawn and kind of do something like this. And I'm going to go ahead and escape the line. Go ahead and grab dimension. We need to have one of the edges to be at a dimension of 1.25. And in order to make this equal, I'm going to go up here and grab the equal constraint. Select that line. Select the next one. Select this line and select the next one. That's going to give us our equilateral kind of triangle. Now in order to set this where it needs to be, I'm going to go ahead and choose the coincident constraint, choose the point of the triangle, choose the point of the plate. That'll lock that in. The other thing that might be helpful as well is in some of the graphics they show kind of a center point. So that usually this is done in Autodesk Fusion. So but what we can do to kind of constrain this down is I can choose a perpendicular constraint between this edge of the triangle and between this line. And that will also help constrain us. So make it look very similar to what we have in the image. So this is going to finish up steps 1 through 6 for activity 1, 3, 4. Go ahead and check out the next video, which will take you through starting off with step 7. And we're going to look at extruding and patterning some of these polygons and see what other skills we can pick up.